Hello friends, in this session we are going to see the if function and sumif function. I am having an Excel sheet with the name slab, which is having two sections. The first section is the commission slab and second section is the salary grade. In commission section, range is defined from and to, and the slab code is given and the amount is written. So if a person is going to do a sale in between 0 to 100, he fall under slab 1 and awarded with rupees 750. Likewise, 4 category or 4 slabs has been defined as per the matrix. Secondly, the second grid is going to give the description or details about the salary. If a salesperson falls under grade 1, 2, 3 or 4, he will be having salary as 18,000, 14,000, 11,500 and 8,750 respectively. In this sales sheet, we are having the details about the sales done by the salesperson for the month of Jan 2012. The column A, B and F are the static column. They do not contain formulas. But column C, D, E and G contains formula. These formula are nothing but the if formulas and vlookup formula. Let's try to create this MIS in a new sheet. To perform the MIS, we have to copy this sheet with the new name. Let's rename this sheet with the sales new. Now as you know that column A, B, F are static columns, so we are not going to disturb this column, but C, D, E and G are dynamic columns, means they contains formula, so we will delete it and we will create a fresh if and vlookup formula to get the same result. Before this, I would like to give the information about how this series of salesperson is generated. So in cell A2 to A3, use the field handle and drag it to the last cell. This field handle process will use the ratio and proportion feature of field handle to generate a series of numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till the cell. So in this way you can generate a series of number. Now to get the slab, that is the cell slab, we require if criteria or if function to perform the task. Now With respect to the if function, we require to check that the column F value is falling under which slab. So if you see in the cell sheet, the slab 3 is extracted from the slab sheet with the help of if and AND function. So before going to if function, I would like to give a basic information about the AND function. AND function is having logical parameters. So in this you are going to check the criteria. If you are passing true criterias and both the criterias are true, then AND function is going to return a true value. That is the Boolean output, true, TRUE. If either of the condition is false, it is going to return a Boolean value false, FALSE. Let's check. I am having a value as 25 and I am writing an AND formula. This should be greater than equal to 20, comma, the second criteria, J14 should be less than equal to 30. So this value is going to return me the true value, means 25 is falling between 20 and 30. So if I change the value to 10, it is going to return me false. Why? Because the value J14 is having value 10 and we are checking the criteria that J14 should be greater than equal to 20 and second criteria is J14 should be less than equal to 30. So none of the criteria is true. So it is going to give us a false value, which is our Boolean output. 25 will return true because it is falling between 20 to 30. So similarly, we are going to use this AND function in between the if function to check whether the sale done by the salesperson falls under which sales category. Let's start with the if formula. As you know that all the functions in Excel start with equal to sign. So I am typing equal to, then the formula if. Now I have to pass the parameter, that is the logical test. That means here we have to check the criteria, and if the criteria is going to be true, then we will type the second parameter of if with the true values, or else we are going to pass the false parameter, which is the third parameter in if function. So we are going to use the AND function to check the criteria. So we have to check whether the sales done by the salesperson is greater than or equal to the value 184, falls under which category. So we are going to check that if F2 is greater than equal to the first criteria of the slab, greater than or equal to 0. Now see, here you are getting A3 as a address. Now we need to fix it. Why? Because we are going to drag and drop this if formula once we complete the complete if formula for the first slab. So we are going to use the absolute addressing system of Excel in the slab category. Now second parameter is the second logical value. Now we are going to check that F2 is less than equal to the second value, that is B3. Again we will use the absolute addressing system. So if my criteria 1, that is F2 greater than equal to slab of A3, and second criteria F2 is less than equal to slab B3, that means if the value falls under the category slab 1, which is 0 to 100, then we have to return a value, that is the slab value. So we have to pass as C3. Again we have to use the absolute reference. So if the criteria or if the parameter is false, then what we have to do? We are not going to pass any slab. This is the way. This is the way to write the if formula with AND. Now my 184, the value 184 is not falling under the category slab 1. It should be 0 to 100. Let's check whether the slab 1 appears under the category 0 to 100. Use the filter, check the slab 1 and check the value. Yes, it falls under the 0 to 100 category. So in this way we have to proceed with the formula, and we have to check whether my formula is returning a true value or a true combination from the matrix. Now the same process we have to follow for rest of the slab. So to perform that action we have to copy this formula till this if, and in the place of second criteria we have to paste it, and we have to change the slab value from 3 to 4. Then in next again from 3 to 5. Then for last we need to change it from 3 to 6. And drag this with the fill handle. Now you are getting slab 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let's check whether the slab is giving the exact information from the slab table or not. Filter it with the slab 1 just for the cross checking. Yes, it falls under 0 to 100. For slab 2 it is 105 to 145. Check it. Yes, it is coming under the slab 2. Now slab 3 is 151 to 200. So slab 3 should be 151 to 200. You can check it from the minimum and maximum of this. You are having minimum as 152 and maximum as 200. Then slab 4 is going to have the 200 plus values. So minimum is 217 and maximum is 214. So in this way you can cross check your if formula with the function. And in this way we have used nested function feature of Excel. So the AND function is going to return the value in Boolean. Boolean is true or false. So if both the condition or both the criterias are true, it is going to return value true. So in the if formula, if the logical test is resulting true, then we are going to pass the result as desired in the true part, and if the condition is false, then it is going to check the next criteria, which is the false criteria. Again we are using the nested if function to check the second slab, then third slab and the fourth slab, and if all the slabs are false, means none of the criteria, then we are going to pass 0. So in this way we can check the value. Let's suppose that I am passing minus 10. So minus 10 doesn't fall under any of the slab. That means this value is not residing in any of the slabs, so my function if is going to return 0 value. So in this way we can check the value or output of a if function with the help of AND. One more thing, in this slab criteria we should use 0 to 100, that is the lower bound value and upper bound value. We should not start the second slab with 100, otherwise the slab will conflict in between slab 1 and slab 2, because we have used the greater than equal to and less than equal to operator in between the options. Now let's see how to get the salary based on the grades. We can go for the if function. If the cell value B3 is equal to grade 1, then salary should be 18,000, else 0. So we are getting 18,000 for all the grades 1. Similarly, we have to check for all the grades. Copy the formula, paste it in place of 0, change from grade 1 to grade 2, change the salary from 18,000 to 14,000, again paste the formula in place of 0, change the grade 1 to grade 3, change the salary from 18,000 to 11,500. Repeat the same action for the last criteria for grade 4. Change 18,000 to 8,750. Drag the formula and see for grade 2 14,000 is the output, grade 3 11,500 is the output, and grade 4 is 8,750 rupees. So likewise we are getting the salary of a salesperson based on the grade. But in case if the salary is revised with 15,000 as a grade 2, so we are not going to get the reflected value or changed value of salary for the salesperson. So in that case we have to go for a dynamic searching of a value. So for this we have to use the vlookup function, which is going to check the value of a particular cell from a database or a matrix based on the values. So for this we have to type vlookup and we have to check the criteria. We have to check the value as a grade 1, which is my lookup value. Then the second is the table array, which is my database range, and my database range is in my slab seed, which is grade 1 to grade 4. Again here we are getting A11 to B14, which is a relative reference. In the place of this we have to use the absolute reference. We can get the absolute reference by pressing function key F4. Then column index number. So we have selected A11 to B14. That means we have selected two columns. The first column is the grade and second is the salary. So in the third parameter we have to pass the index number. So we want the index number 2, which is salary from the database range or from the table array, and we have to pass 0, that is false, which is for the exact matching. This is for the exact matching. 0 stands for exact matching. Means if grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 or grade 4 is found, then only it is going to return a value. So we are getting 18,000 as a value. Now see that we are getting the same value for the if and same value for the vlookup values. The only difference is that if any value is changed from the database, say it is 50 only, then we will see the reflection of 50 for grade 2. But here we are not getting the reflected output. So the vlookup value or the vlookup function returns the dynamic values from the database. This formula can be changed to dynamic only when we pass a dynamic value for slab, that is for grade 1. If you remove this again 14,000 with this address, then 11,500 with this address, change to absolute reference. The fourth one with value with absolute reference. Then this my if function also becomes the dynamic one. So in this way we can use the if function or the vlookup function to get the salary from the table. But always remember that whenever we are using this type of function, we must use the absolute addressing system, that is $A $1 references. The same way we can get the commission here. Now commission is based on the slab. So here is my slab and here is my amount. So we can go for the slab, vlookup, get the slab or check the slab, take the table array. Table array is in my slab table, which is my database range, that is C3 to D6. Make it absolute. I want the second column from the range and I want the exact value of the range reference. Then drag it to the last one. So we are getting the exact information based on the slab. For cross check, we can check slab 1 as 750 rupees, slab 1 as 750 rupees, then slab 2 as 1000 rupees, then slab 3 as 1500 rupees, and slab 4 is 2000 rupees. Slab 4 is 2000 rupees. So in this way we can cross check the values. Use the vlookup formula and if formula to generate the MIS. The same way we can generate a slab wise MIS for salary and commission. So we can use the sumif formula, which is going to use the range. The range is going to be my slab and the salary. So salary is going to be the dynamic salary, that is going to be the one. Press F4 to get the absolute referencing. The criteria is going to be the slab one. Then we have to go for the sum range, that is the sum range. Again fix it to absolute addressing. So my formula is ready and my value is coming as this. The value is coming as 264050 and here the value is coming as 347750. Why? Because we have used the column E as a reference and here we have used the column D as a reference. So let's make it as column D. In this way you can change or you can edit your formula. See, we are getting 347750, 347750. Similarly we can use the same formula for commission, that is pass the sum range, changes to absolute addressing, copy it and paste it. Commission is 34000. The commission is 34000. Total is 381750. 381750. Similarly, we have to go for the salary grade. Use the sumif formula to pass the parameter. Use the range. Range is grade 1, that is press F4 for the absolute addressing. Criteria is the grade, which grade we want, and the sum range is this, or as per our information we can select this range. Press F4 and close the parenthesis. Use the same formula for the commission. Select the range, F4, comma, criteria, comma, and the sum range is my commission. Press F4 for absolute addressing. Control D to copy the previous formula. The total is 3400, 3400, 347750, 347750, 381750, 381750. So the sum value is coming as here. So in this way we can create the MIS by using the if function, AND function, sumif function. If you have any queries, please write a mail on info@binscomputer.com. Thank you.